What's going on, everybody? My name is AJ Hall, and today I'm going to show you how to make a dope transition in your beats. So what most people might call a transition, I call a send-off, and it sounds like this. All right, let's get into it. All right, so those dope transitions, right? What most people might call a transition, I call a send-off. It's kind of my signature thing when I make beats. It sets up the rapper to really make an opening statement in their first verse, to really make the first statement in the first verse mean something, right? So when you come in, it's like there's a dropout. It's what a live band would do. There's a little dropout, and then the beat continues like it's going. But the dropout is actually on beat 1 and continues maybe on beat 4, all right? So I'm using one of my own drum breaks from Left Field Drum Breaks Volume 3. That is available via the link at the bottom of this video or in the link in my Instagram bio. You can follow me on Instagram at AJHall89. Yeah, let's get into it, man. All right, here we go. So I got my transition scene hooked up. I'm going to go ahead and title this Send Off up here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the whole thing sounds like first, and then I'm going to start it over from scratch, all right? So here we go. It's just that little joint, right? Ooh. All right. So let me just go ahead and delete this scene. Done. It's gone. Never coming back. All right. So I'm going to copy this, start all over again. Duplicate this scene, go to unique, so it sets up a different pattern. So I'm not overwriting the first verse pattern. So here we go. Call this transition again. All right. So what I'm doing here essentially is I have my drum break set up to loop, right? So it's set up to loop whenever I hold down the pad. So I'm going to take out that MIDI of holding down the pad and all the way out until beat 4. Right? So that's what I'm going to do after that. Actually, I'm going to put it back on bar number 2. Take that quantize off. Put it back on bar number 2, right? Easy enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy. Let me delete it so I can show you how. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of the drum break. So the copy's right here now. And I'm essentially going to set it to sample instead of loop. So I'll set it to actually the sampler. Now it's going to play a bunch of different times if I don't put it as the release all the way down. All right. So now I'm going to find a snare hit that I really like in the break. I like that cut. Zoom in so I get it right. Yeah. Sounds like a real love I'm searching for. All right, anyway. So we're going to cue that in. Remember, our drum break loop is coming back in on beat 2. Bar number 2, I should say. Sorry. Right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cue that snare hit in as a little pickup note. Here we go. Recording now. Fire, right? So here we go. Here's the real sauce. That's hard. All right. Let me dodge these notes a little bit. And bang. All right, cool. What we're going to do is make another copy of this little snare hit. All right. Now I got another copy up on this pad. So check it out. One of the things that I really like doing in Maschine is the note repeat feature. It's like an arpeggiator, but if you don't play 2 different notes, it just repeats the same note. Right? So I have it set on 64th, 16th notes, right? Sounds kind of annoying, right? But when you turn the fixed level off and you actually use dynamics on the pad, then you can get something cool like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cue that note repeat and ramp up the volume until those 2 snare hits before the drum break comes back in. Check it out. So before that first hit right here, I'm going to have that 16th note. Here we go. Holding down my note repeat. I can do it a little better. Let's see. Woo! Let me try it one more time. I want to get that ramp up real nice. There it is. All right, now I'm going to draw out some of these MIDI notes so they don't conflict with the notes that are already coming in. Let me move this over right to the starting point. I'm going to mess with the velocity to make the arc a little clearer. And this is actually something similar to what I would do if I was playing drums on this myself. Check it out. Now, one of the things you can do is right now all of these copies of the drum break, including our little ramp up, they're all the exact same dynamics, EQ, and compression. I haven't done anything to the drum break that's the main loop. Therefore, I haven't done anything to these yet. What you can really do to make it dope is you can take the samples leading up, like all our transition samples of the drum break, you can take those and run them through a low pass filter. So I'm going to put a low pass filter on this. 3.1K was the cutoff point. So I'm going to do the same thing with the ramp up note with the, right? Low pass filter on that, 3.1K cutoff. So then it gives you like a completely different timbre before the real drums come in. Let me play it back for you a couple bars so you can hear the context. This is getting into the transition. See what I'm saying? And if you really want to get fly, you can pan the first part, the first couple of samples over to the right side, or left side, depending on which headphone you have in. And then you can pan the arpeggiated note over to the right or left side. So check this out. That's kind of dope because then the drum break comes back dead center and you have this panning effect between the two effects. Let me play that again from the top of the transition. That's dope. That's dope. Woo! Yes, sir. All right, now one thing I like to do, this is not my sound, but I'm using a clap and I put the plate reverb on it. So let me turn the reverb off. I'll show you how I did it. Just a dead clap with a tambourine attached to it. So what I do is I go to my reverb, stock reverb. You can do this with any reverb plugin. Go to my stock reverb, put it on plate reverb emulation at least. Now you got a nice little send off decay on there. Put the low shelf all the way up because you don't want any lows being echoed, right? Then the most important part is the pre-delay. Pre-delay is one of my favorite things to work with in reverbs, especially for transients, right? Any hard-hitting sounds. Turn that pre-delay up until it's almost in rhythm with the tempo. Da, 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 right? Check this out. I'm going to cut off this sample too so it's real, real sharp. Yeah. So check this out. Now, you put this clap on beat 4 before the real drum break comes back in. Check it out. It just gives it a little bit more of an emphasis on that send off. I'm gonna do a little bit heavier on the decay Really make it stick out. That's dope. That's dope. Now, if you want to, you can go outside of the drum sounds to really make your transitions happen. So I'm going to go up here to my main sample. Right? I'm going to go up here to my main sample, and in the transition, I've got the MIDI drawn out. So right where the drums start to freak out a little bit, I actually want to put some pitch modulation on, right? So I'll put a pitch bend. Right now the pitch bend is set to 12, which means a full octave. And I can operate it right here on my machine. You can automate it in Logic by just moving the automation down, but you know, it's easier when I actually have a controller in front of me. So check this out. Woo! I'm going to do that, and I'm going to black out some of these bass line notes. Just a boom. So I'm going to get out all of these. It's just 3 notes. I'm saying all of these. Here we go. That's how you get your transitions popping. Woo! So check it out from the top. Yes, sir. All right, yeah. Transitions, the send-off. Let's go. All right, once again, folks, if you like this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I'm going to be dropping new videos every day on my YouTube until February 11th. And until February 11th, I have all of my drum break sample packs on sale. So they're all $10 a piece, and there's 50 original drum breaks played by me, produced by me, all right here, ran through that analog tape machine. There's 50 in each batch, and each batch is $10 right now until the 11th, all right? So follow me on Instagram at AJHall89. Also on TikTok at AJHall89. All the platforms. You know, we out here, man. I make drum breaks. I make beats. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.